लेट्स स्टार्ट रिकॉर्डिंग और यहाँ पे हमारा रिकॉर्डिंग ये हो चुका है. ओके, so welcome everyone and welcome back to the learning JavaScript with me, and today we are going to see these beautiful topics. देखो, see, what I did is I am not posting every day. I'm not posting my JavaScript videos every day. Instead, what I'm doing is I am explaining the main concepts, or we can say the important concepts that we have in JavaScript language, and I am teaching you that. The reason why I'm teaching you that is the concepts, these are the concepts that every person should know, because these are the most important and fundamental concepts, we can say the core foundation of the programming language. So it is very much important that we know each and everything whatever is present inside this programming language. So the first one is, see, I started using, like, I watched the videos about the story of JavaScript, then I moved on data types. But after data types, I can say that the videos that are upcoming, like the upcoming videos, are all repeated. So I know data types, I know variables, I know everything, but the main topics are execution. That's what we are going to learn today. We are going to learn how variables address tools. This is the one video. Then there is objects in JavaScript, object.freeze, object.seal. Then we have got arrays, then we have got most common arrays, then we have got multi-dimensional array, then we have got execution context, then we have got the call stack, what is hoisting, global scope and local scope, lexical and block scope. Now these 4 to 5 videos we are going to see that we are going to see these videos in depth. Okay, so today we are going to talk about execution context, execution context in JavaScript. Okay, so before that, let's search execution, EXECUT, and execution context in JavaScript. I hope so I get the perfect, yeah, JavaScript tutorial.net over here. So this is the execution phase. We have got global execution phase, then we have got the local execution phase, then we have got the secondary, which is the code execution phase. Okay, so let's start with the first thing. We will be using Draw in this case. Let's use that. Yeah, let's use this Draw, and we have got all of these, so we don't need that, right? So let's this reset to canvas, and yeah, here you go. Let's work on this one. Yeah, so see, in JavaScript, the JavaScript memory location works very simple. First, let me show you the main phase. So we have the global scope over here. We have this particular thing. Now this is actually, and इसको ऐसा समझ लो कि it is like a memory block. So it is called as global execution, EXECU execution phase. Okay, this is called global execution phase. Okay, where globally each and everything, this is like whenever you declare the JavaScript and first time it runs, this is what it is going to run like. Okay, now over here you have two more things. Here you got this one, and I will duplicate this, and here you got the second one. So the first one, the first one is called as the memory execution phase. The second one is called as the it's called as the code execution phase. Okay, code execution phase. So let's talk about these two phases in a particular, what we can say, in my Visual Studio Code, and of course using debugger and everything. Now I had no idea using debugger, but by watching his videos, the Pro Coder channel, which is Anurag Coder, he showed me how to use debugger and everything. So that's what we are going to use. So we are going to go in JS, and we are going to use this over here. Open in terminal, open the code, open this. We need to do this, then this one, then this one, the day 6, day 6, which will have F11, and then it's going to be index.html, and also one more file, folder. So don't you have any? Yeah, so I'm gonna push here app.js. Let's remove this. Let's add the boilerplate, which is this. code execution, which will be a script source. Over here you will have the app, and over here I will just say that the CLG, I will just say CLG script executed. Okay, this is the code that we are doing. I pasted. Let's go over here and go to all live, and let's see that if we are getting it or no. Also we will be using this console in order to see this. Okay, so I got this, and now if I save this, the script got executed on line number 1. Okay, now this is the most important thing. Now let's start working. Imagine you create a variable. Now this particular thing is called as the code execution phase. It is called as the code execution phase, where globally you do something. So I will say const a, which is equal to lokesh, and const b is going to be is equal to this one. Okay, now in this script we have two variables, a and b, which is holding lokesh and which is holding vasnik. Over here they are on the third and fourth line. So let's see that we cannot see that because we have not printed them. But where will where will this variable go? So this variable will go inside the memory execution phase. Whenever the global execution phase runs, it goes inside the memory execution phase, and over here it will be a, which is equal to undefined, undefined. Undefined. Over here I will duplicate this, and I will say b, which is equal to undefined, undefined. Now these two variables are inside the memory phase. These two variables inside the memory phase because JavaScript works like this. It first takes the variables inside the memory phase, then it executes the code. So let's see where it is. So if I go inside the debugger, if I go over here and if I console, or we can say remove that, and if I put debugger over here, if I go inside this line, okay, I will automatically go inside the debugger because I wrote the debugger point over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here, it's the debugger, it's this one, and we are going to check the scopes as well. See, you got the call stack, you got the watch point, you got the breakpoints, you got the script, you got the global. Global is actually, we are going to talk about global scopes, local scope, hexagonal scopes later on, which is targeting the window object. But as you can see over here, the value which is undefined and value is also unavailable because we are not yet like executing that. So let's go forward, one step forward, which is the next call. So as you can see over here, I got somewhere and I can see that I am inside this one. Now this particular thing is going to load. So over here a got the particular value. Now if I go over here and if I show you, this is the step where a got its value, and this is where the code execution phase starts, and this is where the second value got thing, which is going to be vasnik, where the code execution phase. Now this was undefined previously, it was undefined, but now it became the object, or we can say the particular string. Yeah, script is saying unavailable. It is saying firstly that hey, I am unavailable. Let's reload the page again. Yes, it's nothing, I'm in the debugger. The a and b values are initially organized. Okay, the a and b values, whatever the scripts contains, the values are getting printed over here. Now these values, when we create it, whatever the value is present, it will show it over here, b, and it will show this over here. So this is how the execution phase works, the memory execution phase works. Okay, now if I go over here and paused in debugger, yeah, this one. So if I go in second line over here, now this line is going to be executed because you can see that there is a and b, the values are there, but it is not showing anything because we are in the memory phase. Now if I do one step, the location got over there. If I do this step, the script got over there, and if I do forward, then there is nothing left, and this is the like another JavaScript variable that you are getting, but this is what we get over here. Okay, so this is exactly what you are looking for. And see, these are all the values that you get. You have got the call stack, you got everything, but mostly you should work with the scopes over there, scopes and the local and everything. Okay, now let's start the other thing. Now the other thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to create a function. Let's create a function over here. So the function is going to be const my name equal to an arrow function, which is just going to console hello world. Okay, which is just going to console over here. Now imagine, now see, in the memory execution phase, if you see my nodes that I have provided in memory execution phase, when it comes to function, it does not store unavailable, or you can say undefined. It actually stores the code which is present over here, the block of code which is present over here. So let me show you that. If I reload this page, you can see I got the function, I got the particular variables. Now the variable is over there, the value is also unavailable, the value is also available. But in this case what happens, the this code executes, this executed. As you can see, the code got executed, but whatever the code block is containing, as you can see, whatever the function has, in whatever the code which is whatever the code written in the function is written inside the function is shown over here, is shown inside the my name console.log hello world. And now this is what we called as a thing. Okay, it is not undefined, it is on C, it is also the blocks, it is also the, or we can say it is not undefined, it shows us the value. Now because of this, what we can do is we can call this function on the top, we can call this function on the top without even having any issues. Before running only we can call this function, because while you run the loop, while you do this, you actually execute this also, it's just you don't store the values inside the a and b variable, but you store the code which is present inside the my name. Okay, now let's reload it. Here, you reloaded, you got the my name, you whenever you got front you executed, and over here, as you can see over here, my name is getting the error because cannot access my name before initializing. It is because we initialize this, but in this case we are going to use not this function, we are going to use a different function which is having a keyword name. So function my name, which is this, and this one. Now look at this function. Now this function will automatically run, it will not have any issues over there. Debugger is there, you go over here, you can see now we have got no errors because I'm not using arrow function, I'm using this function as a normal function. This particular thing, what it did is, no, not this. Yeah, I will just reload everything. Yeah, I'm inside the debugger, I will go one step forward. Okay, then over here as you can see, I don't have any script available over here. Now the reason is I called this function, it got executed inside the global, as you can see, anonymous, right? It was anonymous, but it got changed over here, and the global function is over here somewhere, which is my name. My name. Okay, so I cannot find that over here, but yeah, so the values is also there, the global scope is also there, this is also there, it's getting properly integrated. Okay, I got one step forward, I got the value, I got one step forward, I got the value, I got the function, and there is nothing left. Okay, I have the local scope which is having all the values like event and everything. Even if I reload it again, I am going to go inside the debugger, I will go inside front value, there is nothing. The script got changed, there is nothing over here, the global object is also there, it's nothing. Okay, but as you can see over here, now if I go forward, the what we can say, the values are not printed, but if I put something, the values are printed over here. Value printed, and we are at the end of the, because we will skip this because we printed all the values over here. Now this is how the function works, because we are using function my name, and this helps to call initially. Okay, now let's do one thing. Now let's create name, which is Lokesh, or we can say name Anurag variable. Okay, I created a variable name Anurag, and I consoled the log name over here. What it will do, let's reload it, let's check everything. So over here I executed it, it executed, the call stack also is empty. Once the execution is done, the script is there, this is there, watch, we can see this one, the script is also printed, this execution phase is also printed. I got the value is also printed, this is also printed, and the call stack is also empty over here because of this one, because I printed over here. Okay, now let me see one thing, like what I wanted to show you. I cannot see that over here. Yeah, now we will see step by step process. What are we going to see over here? So I will reload everything. You got the debugger. Now you can see that I have the function and I have called the function over here. The reason why I called is because this function, I will copy that function, I will go over here and I will say that there is no a and b, there is also one thing which is called as the function. Now this function over here executes only matlab inside the memory phase, but it is not showing undefined. The reason it's not showing undefined, the reason it's doing this, because the reason it's not showing undefined is because when we talk about the function name, it stores the block of code, and that's the reason why you get it. So let's go behind and let's see what happens next. So I'm gonna stay one step forward. I got this script, I executed it. Now as you can see over here, now see what happens. Or inside the scope, there is one more scope called as the local scope, which is pointing to this keyword, that the window object. Okay, the execution jumped from line number 5 to line number 11 because I called the function before initializing that, and I can see that the my name function is getting called. Once the my name function is getting called, inside the my name function we have the name variable. Now this name variable is storing Anurag. Now this name variable is inside the function, that's the reason it's getting stored inside the local scope. Okay, इसका एक memory phase बन चुका है. I will go over here and I will say that I will just put this over here, this over here. What happened is, let's create one more. Let's make it big. Let's make it huge. Let's make it huge once again. Let's make it huge. And over here, what will happen is I will grab this like this one. I will grab this like this one. Over here the memory execution phase बन चुका है, the code execution phase also बन चुका है, and this is the global. So the rectangular will be over here like this. Okay, like this. Let's make this huge. Let's make this huge. Yeah, this phase is going to be global phase, and this phase is going to be this phase. Okay, now this phase is, because this phase is made, it is not global scope, it's become local scope, local execution phase. As I had already seen, we have already seen that over there. It creates a memory, it creates this one, and over here what it will store is, it will store the name variable as undefined, and it will store the name variable as ANURAG, Anurag over here. Okay, let's see. If we go over here, the local scope, now we are in the memory phase. I click one forward, the local scope के अंदर अनुराग आ चुका है, and then it consoles and it moves forward. Once you are done with that, the local scope will get executed. It will flew up, and once that is done, it will go inside the const a, which is inside the location which is outside memory location, and it will put the script which is equal to location, and it will put this one, and this is how the code is executed inside JavaScript. I know it is pretty much what we can say different, but yeah. Now let's see, let me show you this execution phase as well. So this is how, and after that it gets disappeared. This thing, this thing, it gets disappeared, or we can say it gets closed due to code execution, execution completed. Because of code execution got completed, that's the reason it gets done, it gets this one. Okay. Okay, this is how you're going to do it. Okay, this is also done. We don't require this one. Okay, you can also do the debugging part over here. Many of the people ask me, can you done, or we can say, can you debug it over here? So I can say, yeah, we can debug it over here. There is nothing like select debugger, it's Node.js, it's this one, we will use Node.js. Okay, let's go guys. So we are over here, we have got the variables, we have got the local variables over here. As you can see, a, b is undefined. We have also got my name function. As you can see, my name function is having the block of code. Okay, my name and everything. This is how it is done. Okay, now I will go one step forward. Okay, let's go one step forward, not disconnecting. Yeah, step out, step into my function. I'm inside the call stack. I am, ये मुझे बोल रहा है, ये yellow line बोल रही है कि like I'm going to execute my name. I executed the my name. I am over here. Imagine again you got the local scope. Now local scope के अंदर भी दो चीजें आ जाएंगी. Local scope execution के अंदर you have got the memory execution phase and the code execution phase. तो memory के अंदर मुझे name undefined आ गया है. This variable, it is targeting all the variable that is present over here. I will go one step forward. Now the local variable got changed inside Anurag because I have stored the Anurag variable over there. Then it got changed and it will get disappeared because the function name is over, and Anurag got printed over here. So this is how the values you see over here, and this is how debugger works in JavaScript and in VS Code as well. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching and welcome back to, or we can say thank you for watching this video.